Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, we're going to continue with our series on working with multi-agent systems. In today's video, we're going to be looking at how to put everything that you have done together into a system whereby you have more than one agent working collaboratively together to solve a given task or a given workflow. So in this video, I'm going to keep things very short because it's just everything that you've done in the previous video. We're just going to put everything together into one particular multi-agent system. So that's what I'm going to be doing in this video. The video is going to be really short today, so let me just jump into it. So this is a course overview. This is what we've been covering so far in basically learning about agentic systems. Right now we are going ahead and learning how to implement this multi-agent system ourselves from the beginning, from the bottom up, right? So in the last video we looked at how to work with React agent, a reasoning and acting agent, or aka a planning agent, right? So in this video we're going to take all that knowledge and then put it together into working with a multi-agent system. So you have looked at what are reflection agents, what are tool calling agents. Now we have also looked at what a React agent is. Now we're going to go ahead and learn how to put all this together into one system whereby we have multiple agents that are working collaboratively together to solve a given task. Okay, so let's jump into. So we're going to be looking at introduction, what is a multi-agent system. We are not going to do any setups in this particular video. So let's get into it. So let's take a look at basically what is a multi-agent system. So I'm going to go back in here. I'm going to go into my notebook. So if I open my side panel, you can see I have this right here. I'm going to push all this to GitHub so that you guys can have access to it. So let's go ahead and try to understand what this notebook, the code content of this notebook. So let's first by understanding what is a multi-agent system. So multi-agent system is a design pattern in agentic systems that allow you to create a system with multiple agents, right? Meaning more than one, right? So each agent can be a React agent on its own or other type of agent, but they can work collaboratively together to solve a given task. Okay, so this is basically, so we're going to be using the React agent and the tool calling part to create basically a multi-agent system. So I've just imported those two things that you have done from last video, right, and the other video before that, the tool calling agent. So I've imported those two things in here. And if you haven't watched the video on how we covered how to implement these React agent patterns, you can go ahead and check the previous videos. Okay, so we're just going to bring those imports in, and then you're going to bring in the prompts for our reasoning and acting agent, and you have gone over all this, and now we go over all these tool definitions. So if you are new to all this and you're seeing a lot of foreign concepts, it's because you haven't watched the previous video. So I would advise to go back and watch the previous videos and really understand this from the ground up. Okay, so I've done all this, so I'm going to be going a bit fast over this. Okay, so that's basically the prompt right in here, and how to call the tools and all that, right? So we go ahead in here. You're going to be creating, by the way, I didn't mention this, you're going to be creating a stock analysis agent, basically an agent that can help us to understand stock from understand stock and give us advice on different stocks. We're going to have two different agents. One agent is going to be doing with let me just show you this on the side here. So we have let me bring this up. So we have a financial information agent, and then we also have a financial advisor agent. So the information agent is going to be extracting information using the Yahoo Finance API, and then the financial advisor is going to be an agent that's going to be taking that information and advising us on different things. Okay, that's basically what you're going to be going over. So once we have this in here, I think I was here. Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and install Yahoo Finance. We're also going to install GraphViz. Okay, so the graph is going to help us to create these images. So all these images you see right here are all created programmatically, right? And I'm going to show how to do that. Okay, so once we have that, I was just playing around with this, basically how to create the tools. So I created a bunch of functions with the help of ChatGPT, right? Basically, I was using cursor, and I was able to create this bunch of tools right here. So I created the tools along with the official documentation of how to use Yahoo Finance API. So I with the help of AI, I was able to create these functions, and this function I created them to help me to test how this API works. So these are all the functions I created. Okay, all this code is going to be available on GitHub. So links will be in the description of the video below. So this is the code right here. So we have all this logic and all these different concepts, right? So yeah, these are all this. So once I have this, I just added a decorator. If you create this decorator in the previous video, which can take a normal Python function and then turn this Python function into a tool, right? So I went ahead and created this tool. We have our own custom tool. By decorating this function with this tool, then becomes a tool that our own React agent can use, our custom React agent can use. So we have covered all this in the previous video. So if you haven't watched the videos previously, 2 or 3 videos back, please go ahead and check this if you really want to understand how this decorator works. Okay, but basically it just turns a Python function into a tool that our React agent can use. Okay, so I've done all these functions that I had previously up here, right? I had all these functions right here. I simply went ahead and decorated all these functions into to create, basically to get back a tool, and then you're going to use this tool for our agent. So I have all this logic specified right here. So I can go ahead and invoke one of the tools. I did just a get stock price tool. So I just invoke the tool, execute the tool, passing the ticker as Apple for AAPL for Apple, and you can say good. I get all the stock price information on this. So I ran this some days back, so you can see this is the stock price for Apple, right? So that's basically what these tools are to help us to do, to extract information about different stocks, right? Even their ticker information or other information, right? So you can read through these tools and understand what they do, but the main part is this one right here, this class right here. So this class is going to help us to build a multi-agent system. So it's going to help us to do 2 things. One is going to help us to create 2 patterns. The first pattern is the sequential workflow, whereby you have one agent executing, finishing its execution, and its output is then passed on to another agent. Right, that's a sequential flow. So from one agent to the other, that's sequential. We also have another design pattern which is called the parallel one. So this is a parallel one. Let me just bring this right here. Okay, let me just close the side panel now. So we also have the parallel one, where we can have agents executing in parallel without having to wait for each other. So sequential, one agent executes and then the output goes to the next. In parallel, the agents do not depend on each other. And all these diagrams are generated from this class. So all the code is available. That's basically what this class does. So we can execute our program sequentially, or we can execute it in a parallel manner. So this is basically the code right here. We just pass in a bunch of agents, and then it goes ahead and you can execute them either in a parallel way or in a sequential way. So this code is going to be available. I'm not going to go in depth about this. Again, this is just a very rudimentary approach. If you want to build a multi-agent system, there are more advanced approaches. This is just for you to play around with and get the concept of basically a multi-agent system, right? Okay, so once I have this done, we also have the visualization part. You can get visualize stuff. We have history and all those, right? So we're using graph viz to visualize our diagrams right here. So basically, this is basically what this function does. So let's go ahead and create our React tools, so our React agents, and then pass them as agents into a multi-agent system, which can then orchestrate multiple agents working together. So we go ahead and simply created our OpenAI clients, and then go ahead and create our tools. We talked about these tools previously. So we go ahead and pass in these tools into our prompt, right? So we've talked about this in the last videos. So once we have that done, we're going to go ahead and create our React agent. We discussed this is what from the previous video. We pass in the LLM, the tools, which is the list of tools right here, and we pass in our system prompt, which is this one right here. We are a financial reporter able to extract information from the stock market and all that, right? That's basically the prompt. So we pass in the prompt here, and the prompt you have replaced the underscore tools with the actual tools, right, which is this one right here. And we discussed all this in the previous video, so I'm not gonna go in depth about that. So that's one agent, and also go ahead and that's a financial info agent. So going to go ahead and create the financial advisor agent. So it goes in here, and then we create the financial advisor agent, the same pattern. Again, once we have that done, you're going to go ahead and simply create an instance of our class right here, passing in this. So passing a dictionary of the agents, right? So we have a key of their names and then the value of the actual agent object itself. So once we have that done, you can see we have your multi-agent system initialized with 2 agents, the financial information agent and the financial advisor agent. So once we have those 2 in there, we can go ahead and execute these agents. As I said, we can execute them in a sequential manner, which is, for example, this financial information agent, which does its work, and then the output gets passed to the financial advisor agent. So that's basically the pattern that we have. So if we execute, you can see we have this workflow right here, sequential, and it goes ahead and does all the work. So you can see it does go to provide detailed information about Apple stocks. I would obtain the current price and some basic information about the stock. So it goes ahead and uses the get stock price tool, execute the tool, passing the ticker as Apple, and then gets the information back. So USD and all that, right? So gets the information back, and that information is this one right here, right? And that's why then gets passed to the next agent, which will then give us the financial advice and then proceed like that, right? That's basically the whole concept behind it. And we also can also execute this in parallel, whereby we have the two agents executing independently of each other. That's basically the pattern, the parallel execution pattern. So we can see we have the same kind of same work being done here. So once we're done, you can see the final result and all this right here, right? So yeah, that's the final result from each of these agents. Okay, you can read it through this right here. And then I told you can also visualize this. So we get to visualize this. We will just import, make sure that you have graph viz installed. So with graph viz, you can just go ahead and install passing the for example, in this case, you're passing in the parallel results, which is this one right here, right? Executing in the parallel workflow. And then we pass in we just say system.visualize, and system is a multi-agent class instantiation. Okay, so sometimes it's difficult to pronounce this work at times, my bad, just forgive me for that. But basically the multi-agent system class instantiation. Okay, so we have that instantiation done, and then we call the visualize workflow method. We pass in the parallel workflow, and we pass in the name of the image that will be saved. So I pass in parallel underscore workflow.png, and then you can see we get this image once you run that cell. And you can also pass in for the sequential, and then give it a name, and then you get the sequential image as well. Right, so that's how I got these two images. I didn't make them myself; they're all generated programmatically, and that's all done by the multi-agent class. Right, so yeah, that's basically how you can create a multi-agent system. You can have multiple React agents with different tools working together collaboratively, either in a sequential pattern or in a parallel pattern, and there are different patterns out there. So I wrote an article about these different agentic patterns. So let me just go ahead and show you. I have it right here. Let me see if I can. I think it's this one right here. So if you follow me on Medium, you can find this article. So we discuss the different agentic design patterns. You can check them out here if you want to read more. So we have the this is basically the supervisor kind of a single architecture agent. So that's basically this. Okay, this I thought this was agent, but they're actually tools. So if they're tools, then we have the sequential agent architecture. We can also have the supervisor, right? We have multiple agents and the supervisor, and then this agent can have tools, and they're all reporting to one. So I talk about all these different design patterns, and I also made a video about it as well. So you can check that, or you can read more about that video on my channel, on the channel's main page. Yeah, so guys, that's all I wanted us to talk about in this video. As I said, this video is gonna be a bit short today. Yeah, so guys, thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, you can follow me on other platforms such as Medium, where I write articles about this video. Okay, so if I was a bit too fast in this video, you can also read the blog post about this video as well, so which is a bit okay, let me go back in here in just a second. Yeah, you can read the article post. I have the article post right here, so you can read more about that article post. So yeah, you can read more about it, and yeah, that's basically it. You can also follow me on YouTube. Hopefully you're watching this video at codewithprince. You can follow me on Twitter, aka X, at prince_grandpa. And if you want to follow, you have any suggestions, any recommendations, collaborations, anything that you want to work us on, you can reach out to me on LinkedIn at Prince Krumpa. Thank you guys so much for watching, and that's all I wanted us to cover in this video today. Yeah, so that's basically marks the end of our implementing of agentic patterns from scratch ourselves. Maybe there'll be other videos. Maybe you can build our own Python library, which I plan to do, but I'm not really certain about that because there's so much going on, and I want to give you guys the latest as much as possible. But if I get a chance, we can actually learn how to implement our own Python library using all this custom code that we wrote ourselves, right? So yeah, so guys, thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next video. Keep safe. Bye.